I do really like it roasted, but I can get behind this raw. Good morning. It's been a while since I've done a video on here, so I thought that I would just bring you guys along with me as I eat this raw bone marrow. I've never had raw bone marrow before. I really like bone marrow a lot, but I've always roasted it and kind of used it as a butter on just like meats that I've been eating. But I've heard great things about eating bone marrow raw, so I thought I'd give it a try. This is actually a bison bone from North Star. Honestly, the one thing I would say with eating raw bone marrow is just make sure that you're getting it from a source that you trust. You're getting it from a farm that you trust. Anyway, I'm kind of curious what the texture will be because it's sort of like a butter when it's roasted, but I'm just hoping I'll be able to get it out. Let's see, I'll show you. Okay, yeah, that's what it looks like. Ooh, I forgot to bring salt. Give me 1 second. Got just a couple packets of Redmond salt. My salt jar ran out the other day, and so I will just use these. All right, gonna that's much better with the salt. Wow, that's good. All right, I'm going in for more. Let's see if I can focus on this. Yeah, there you go. That's what it looks like. I'll kind of squish it so you can see the consistency of it. Yeah, like that. That's good. Wow. I do really like it roasted, but I can get behind this raw. So bone marrow is basically like a superfood. It has tons of vitamins and minerals and is extremely nutrient dense. And good for you. A lot of people make bone broth with bone marrow bones, which I've done, and I like that as well, but I prefer to be able to eat the bone marrow just because I think it tastes so good. I thought I would give you guys a little bit of an update on how things are going. So if you're new here, I'm just sharing my journey to healing from chronic illness with a carnivore diet and other natural methods of healing, and I have made a lot of progress and I'm super thankful. Something that I've been noticing recently is just that I've been able to do more. I barely spend any time in bed now, which is crazy because I used to be bedbound, and now I'm coming back to life, and it's such a blessing. And honestly, a lot of the time it doesn't even feel real. Last week, my husband Jake and I went to Maine, and that was our first trip in years that wasn't medical travel related or family related. It was just purely to go and have a good time, and we were able to do some short hikes, and just the feeling of like being on a trail again and walking and not feeling debilitated was amazing. And I was really surprised at how much I was able to do. It was so much fun, and I felt like that old me was kind of coming back to life. I used to love traveling and hiking and climbing and just going on adventures and enjoying life, and that was something I really lost during my chronic illness journey. And just starting to be able to do things again and start really just living again is amazing. And while we were there, we were able to get some raw dairy. Raw dairy is legal in Maine. I'll put a link to a podcast down below that I listened to on the plane ride where they talk about the history of pasteurization and why it became illegal in some places, and that was very interesting. That's a story for another video, but I just enjoy learning about stuff like that and continuing to learn about nutrition because I just want to live the best possible life that I can and give my body the best chance to heal. So, and continue trying to dig out the bone marrow in here. Also, we flew to Maine, and that was the first time that I have been through an airport without a wheelchair in several years, and so I walked and I did just fine. That was really cool, and so much has changed in the last even just few months, and I've just seen so much progress. I came from such a place of severe illness that, you know, it makes sense that it's going to take a long time for my body to heal and to become stronger and to get back to where I was before, but I really believe that I will be back to where I was before, and it's such an exciting thing to think about. And I don't know, I've been trying to do gentle strengthening exercises and walk every day and just sort of build my body's strength and stamina. And something interesting that really put things into perspective for me was a few weeks ago, Jake and I went to see my uncle, and we hadn't seen him for months, and he was just shocked at how I looked and how I was talking and moving, and he said, you know, you just seem so much better. And my dad actually told me last night that he called him after we went to go see him, and he said, I just can't believe how different Rachael is, how good she looks, and how like strong she looks. And I just thought that was cool because sometimes when the progress is so slow and gradual, you forget how much progress you've made, and you really have to look back to see where you were before. And I try to do that often just because I don't want to take things for granted, and I want to remember how far I've come and, yeah, be proud of that progress. But things are going well. So that's what it looks like on the inside, like as you dig out the bone marrow. It's kind of hard to get out, so I might have to roast the rest, but I'll start on the other side. I want to forget my salt. Makes a big difference. So if you guys have tried raw bone marrow, let me know. Make sure to subscribe and follow along on Instagram, and I will look forward to seeing you guys again very soon.